Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about all of the books that I plan to read in the month of December. I did end up deciding to participate in a readathon, even though I told myself last year that I wasn't going to participate in readathons in December. After last year, I felt so exhausted by the end because I was really just trying to gain as many points and read as much as I could in December that I ended up having like a month-long reading slump afterwards. So going into this readathon, I'm just gonna have fun. And if I don't get to all of the prompts or to all of the books, that's fine. I'm giving myself some grace because reading is about having fun. So the readathon that I'll be participating in is called Reindeer Readathon, and this is hosted by Break Even Books. I do believe this is the second or third year that they host this readathon. I can't be quite sure because it'll be the first year that I'm participating. So it is divided into separate teams and it is hosted by some very lovely booktubers here on YouTube. I will try to go ahead and gather all of their channels and link their announcement videos down below. That way you can go ahead and check them out. But I am going to be on Team Mistletoe. You know, we're gonna annihilate, we're gonna destroy. Just kidding, it's about having fun. I'm just gonna have fun. We're just gonna have fun. Okay, so I do believe the readathon takes place throughout the entire month of December, but if it doesn't, I will leave the correct details in the description box. And we do have a couple of prompts here, so I wanted to go through and let you know what books I've chosen for each prompt. Now, don't hold me accountable to these specific books because I am a mood reader. If I find that I'm not liking the book, I might put it down and pick up another one that still meets the prompt. I will also go ahead and try to vlog my reading experience. That way you can see which books I am actually picking up and finishing and stuff like that. So the next books are tentative. The first prompt is Dasher, a short story or collection or novella. So I'm guessing you can just read one short story from a short story collection. I'm guessing that's what that means. Yeah. That's the way I'm interpreting it. So I do have this Edgar Allan Poe Complete Tales and Poems, and it's been a while since I've picked it up. I was a very big Poe fan when I was younger, and I have gotten through quite a lot of his works actually, but there are some in here that I haven't. So I am thinking of reading just one of the short stories that I haven't read before, like Angel of the Odd, Loss of Breath, The Power of Words. I don't think I've ever heard of these. So I will be picking up one of these short stories and reading it. That way I can finally just complete all of his works. That'll be really exciting. The next prompt is Dancer, a book by one of your favorite authors. Rereads count 2. Oh, I'm ready for this one. My hold just came in a few days ago and I haven't started it because I'm waiting for December to start so I can finally start it. But this is going to be The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. Stephen Graham Jones has quickly become one of my favorite authors. I've read 2 of his novellas already, Night of the Mannequins and Mapping the Interior. They were both 4.5 or 5-star reads for me. Although, so I've only read his novella, so I'm really interested to see if I actually vibe or like his novels because I know that writing a novella is very different from writing a full-length novel, so we will see how that works out. So I'm just super freaking excited to go ahead and start that and see if I like it. Next prompt is Prancer, a book with a travel element in it, vacation or quest. So I'm also waiting for December to go ahead and start this audiobook, and that is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. I already have it, again through Libby. A lot of the books that I'm using for this readathon are audiobooks. That has been my primary reading method over the last couple of months. I think I listened to over 50% of my books through audiobook format. So I've been slowly getting through Riley Sager's works. I think I've read 3 of his books now. The Last Time I Lied, Home Before Dark, and there's one more that I've read. It's the pink one. What is the pink one? Anyways, I put Survive the Night on hold, so I am going to read it. So far, I think they're a good author, you know, like solid 3-4-star reads for me on average. My least favorite by him so far is The Last Time I Lied, and my favorite by him so far is Home Before Dark. So there you go. I'm excited to see if I'll like Survive the Night because I've heard really conflicting opinions. Some people really like it, some people hate it and think it's his worst book. And I believe there is a travel element because our main character gets in the car of someone, of a stranger or something like that. I don't really know what the book is about, but I do know that there is a car involved. So that involves travel. If there's a car, there has to be travel, so I know it's going to fit the prompt. Next prompt on the list is VIXEN, a book that has recently caught your eye. This is also through Libby. I'm still waiting for December to start, and this is going to be We Are Satellites by Sarah Pinksker, and this one will actually be read through my Kindle. It is an ebook. I haven't started it, and this is a science fiction book. I, again, don't know anything about this book. The cover never caught my eye, if I'm being completely honest. I just saw the cover, thought it was sci-fi, looked beautiful, and I said, hey, I'm gonna read it. I also think, don't quote me on this because, you know, I'll just look it up, but I think it's also being nominated for the 2021 Goodreads Choice Awards under sci-fi, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. Why? I can never pull it up on my phone. Like, how do you pull it? Oh, here we go. Choice of Words 2021. It's loading. So let's see. Science fiction. I'm gonna be so embarrassed if it's not on here. Oh, nope, it's not on here. Wow. Wow. Okay. Please forget everything I just said. But either way, I will be reading We Are Satellites. The cover looks beautiful, so I'm in. Next prompt on this list is Comet, a 5-star prediction. So for that one, I have selected War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi, and I have already started it. I believe I am 9 pages in. So I started it last week, but then I put it down because I'm constantly cycling through books. I am a mood reader, so I'm just gonna put it down, not gonna read it, and then once December 1st hits, I will go ahead and restart it. In the meantime, for the rest of December, I will be occupying myself with Eloquent Rage by Brittany Cooper. I do want to finish this before November ends, and this is the book that I'll be reading primarily, so that's just a sad note. So I ended up reading Riot Baby earlier this year, sometime last year, I can't remember what is time, but I really liked it. There were some elements that didn't work for me, but I think primarily it was because I listened to it in audiobook format, and there was some time jumps that confused me a little bit. And again, I don't think it was the writing, I think it was just because of the audiobook format. Anyways, overall, I really like their writing. I love the way that they tackle themes, their storytelling. So I did go ahead and decide to pick up War Girls from my library, and I will be restarting it in December. The next prompt on this list is Cupid, a new author. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit out of left field, I guess, per se, because I don't read these kinds of stories, and I've never talked about this author on my channel ever, but I'm intrigued because she writes so many books. Literally, the back of this book says America's favorite writer. How could you expect me not to read a book by her when you're making this claim? This was by The New Yorker, and that is Nora Roberts. Literally have never read anything by her. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. So I saw this book. It actually contains 2 separate novels in here. It has Rebellion and In From the Cold. I'm planning to read one or the other for this particular readathon. I don't know which one yet. We'll see when the time comes, but hey, I have 2 to choose from, and I'll get a little bit of taste of Nora Roberts and see if I want to pick up more books by her. But if you are a big Nora Roberts fan, or if you have read books by her, where should I start? Assuming I really like one or both of these novels and I want to pick up more by her. We're gonna take a quick coffee break. Next prompt is Donner, a book with green or red as the primary color on the cover. And so for this one, I'm actually going to choose Of Women and Salt by Gabriela Garcia. This is another one that I have on audiobook through Libby. And as you can see, it's primarily red and green. I just think it's a beautiful cover. Probably looking at all of these holds and seeing that most of them are due in 9 days, and you're like, how are you gonna read like 3 or 4 different books in 9 days? When literally they're like 12 hours long at least. So I actually consume an audiobook in like a day and a half maybe, and that's like an 11-hour audiobook, just because I literally listen to them as much as I can. Like, I'm washing dishes, I have an audiobook. I'm in the bathroom getting ready, I'm listening to an audiobook. I will get through them if I like them. If not, I'll probably DNF them. Actually, there's a book that I'm thinking of DNFing right now. It's A Lesson in Vengeance. I'm literally 52% in, and it's a 10-hour audiobook. So I already wasted 5 hours on this book. It's just, is it gonna pick up? I don't know. Is it worth it? Should I keep going? It's due in 8 days. I can sacrifice some of my precious audiobook listening time to finish this one, or I can just return it, forget about it, and start on the other ones come December 1st. I think I'll listen to maybe half an hour more of it, see if I'm really invested, and if not, it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. So, next prompt, Blitzen. Choose at least 3 books and have one chosen randomly to read. So for this one, actually, Riley, my lovely assistant here, was able to help me. I will insert the footage of her choosing the book, but basically I put 3 books on the floor, 3 books that I was really interested in reading. I put a treat on each one of the books, and she chose. Actually, my cat chose too. They literally chose the same book. Okay, so these are the 3 books that Riley gets to choose from. I'm just gonna put a treat there, and there, and then there.
Oh, here they are.
No, not you. The cat comes by. No, that doesn't count. That doesn't. You, Sochi, you can't. That's not for you. Okay, these are the 3 books. Ready? Yes. No, there's a treat there. Okay, so I guess that was the popular one, The Deep. We are reading The Deep, which luckily I think The Deep is due sooner because all of these are library books and I think this one is due first. So now I get to read it and still potentially read these two. So I really do feel like it was a sign if they both chose the same book, right? Anyways, the book that they chose is The Deep by Alma Katsu. I also have no idea what this book is about. I was at the library and I went overboard and grabbed too many books, and this was just one of the books that stood out to me. I believe it like talks about the Titanic or something like that. Okay, it says supernatural reimagining of a historical tragedy, the sinking of the Titanic and her sister ship, the Britannic. Eerie, haunting, and filled with suspense. Hey, I love thrillers, and lately I've been looking for another really good historical fiction, so I feel like this is gonna scratch both itches there, and I'm just really excited to read it, so yay! The last prompt on this is RUDOLPH, read a standalone book. So for this one I did choose Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. I really hope that this is a standalone. I thought it was. I think it is a standalone. Yeah, please tell me it is. If it's not, I will have to go ahead and choose another book. But like you see, I also already started this one and I was 16 pages into this one. Same deal as with War Girls. I'm not going to read any more of it come December 1st. Well, I'll probably finish War Girls first. Anyways, once I'm done with War Girls, I will go ahead and restart this one from the beginning. In the meantime, I'm not touching it. I'm not reading it. I'm going to focus on Eloquent Rage, maybe A Lesson in Vengeance. We'll see. This one, I also don't know very much about other than it is sci-fi. This one was actually nominated for the 2021 Goodreads Awards for sci-fi. So I'm really excited to see if I like it. And I heard it has a really epic love story, and I just need that right now. So, oh, that was it, right? Yeah, that was it. Well, so actually I'm also reading Sorrowland by River Solomon, which was also nominated for the 2021 Goodreads Awards. I just don't remember in what section. I'm also going to try to finish Sorrowland before December starts. So Eloquent Rage and Sorrowland will most likely be read by December 1st. If not, I'll finish both of those and then start on these. I know, it's a little bit ambitious. Like I mentioned, I'm just going to have fun. If I'm not enjoying a book, I'm not going to push through it. And I'm also not going to try to read super fast to get through all of these books. If I'm really enjoying a book and I want to take my time reading through it, then that's going to happen, you know? It's about the reading experience and about having fun. So I'm super excited for this readathon. Are you participating? What books have you chosen? Let me know. So if you've made it this far, leave something festive and cozy down below. It can be any emoji, just something festive or cozy. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!